Don't just settle for one nursery because it's close to the house. Look at other nurseries and choose the best one that best suits your needs. Sometimes if everything is good on paper, it might look good, but something just feels off. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new on here, I'm Adefemi Shimaski and this is Adefemi Talks, and here is a safe space for all things related to motherhood, all things related to lifestyle and faith-based topics. So feel free to like, share and subscribe to this channel. And today we're diving into a very real and sometimes overwhelming topic: choosing the right nursery when it's time to return to work after maternity. So I recently was having a conversation with my colleague at work, and it was like he's really worried his wife is going back to work. So he just had a baby. I think the baby is like 7 months old, and he was like, he doesn't know what to do. And I was just telling him my experience, and I'm like, this is a very good topic. I've also been there. It's nerve-wracking. It's a very good topic for us to talk about. What do we really need to look into when we are choosing nursery? I'll be sharing these tips with you guys, to make your decision easier and better. What are the things that I thought about? What are the things I put into place for me when I started to look into going back to work? Thing first is start with what you want. That's the first tip. Start with what you want. Before even checking Google or asking around, take time to figure out what exactly do you want. As a mom, what kind of nursery do you want your child to go into? What are the things, what are the benefits that you're looking for your child's upliftment, developmental growth? Do you want a nursery that is close to work? Do you want a nursery that is home? Do you want a nanny? Do you want an au pair? What are you looking for in terms of structured learning, focus setting, or something more play-based and flexible? What are your deal breakers for you? What kind of things are you looking for your child? What are your non-negotiables? What are do you want a face-based care, dietary preferences, sleep routine? Do you want a kind of, most nurseries anyway, they always work with you. Whatever routine you have with your child, you tell them and they would work around it. Knowing these would help you narrow your search fast, and you'll be able to when you start looking into all these nurseries, you're able to see this one tick the box, this one works fine for me. Another thing, number 2 tip is visit in person. Always visit the nursery. Photos and websites are good, but they can only show you so much. You don't really know the nitty-gritty. Look out for cleanliness and safety. When I was doing my own research, I went to the nursery. I saw the way they were taking care of the kids and the environment, how staff interact with the kids. Ask yourself, do I feel safe leaving my baby here? There are some nursery that the first time I entered, I'm like, say no. The way the bathroom is and entry, the smell, I'm like, I don't want my child to be here. Would my child feel comfortable in this space? Cleanliness was a big deal for me. It was a non-negotiable. And even where it finally ended up, it wasn't what I wanted, but then it was what God was saying in my spirit. I should leave him there. Number 3, ask the right questions. Bring a list. Yes, journal. Ask questions before you start searching for nursery, so you know what you're asking. And I will tell you a few essentials that would help you. What's the staff to child ratio? When I started, I didn't even have an idea of all these things. It's really good. Some of them will say it's 3-to-1. 3 children to 1. How do they handle sick days or emergencies? What's their daily routine like? Do they have any eating charges? Do they provide meals, or should you pack lunches or snacks? Most nurseries, the money you're paying for feeding is included, so they will not take any food from you because of dietary issues, allergens and all that. So if anything happens to your child, it should not be in the nursery, it should be at home. What's the settling in process? For some of them, they will see a week before the child starts, maybe 2 days. If they're happy to answer everything, that is a very green flag. It's a good green flag. Plus the fact that do they have security? These are questions that you want to ask. Do they have CCTV? Number 4, consider flexibility and communication. As a working parent, you need flexibility. Do they offer half days or full days? For me, a deal breaker was timings. Most of the nurseries is open by 8, some of them by 9. It doesn't work for me. I have to be in work by 8. Those are the things you want to look into. Well, do they work Monday to Saturday, Monday to Friday? What's their late pickup policy? The nursery my child is going now, you cannot be late. they don't even allow you to pay a fine. You pay a fine, but they don't even want you to be late. How do they communicate? Daily updates? They have a app, paper logs, photos. How do you get to like communicate with your child? So for my child's nursery, they have what they call tapestry. You just go online. Communication gives you peace of mind when you're at work. You know that your child is in good hands. And one other thing is trust your gut. As I said, nursery I ended up putting my child. When my child started initially, he was always falling sick back and forth. But then I was contemplating whether to move him out, but the Holy Spirit told me not to move him, and I always trust your gut. And now you're settled in, your mama instinct is real. Sometimes if everything is good on paper, it might look good, but something just feels off, or the other way around. Just trust your gut. There was a particular nursery I really wanted him to go. It was really beautiful. I liked it, but God said no. Always trust your gut. You know your baby best. Who knows if you've had forced it, maybe something else would have happened. But above all, before your first day back at work, do a few short trial days. And the nursery will also advise you to do a few short trial days, because there's something they call separation anxiety is real. You separating for your child, it's hard. There's so many thoughts coming to your head. Oh, will he survive? Will he okay? It helps your child to settle in and gives you a chance to observe how they adapt. It also makes your transition, back to work a lot smoother. You have peace of mind. And one other thing somebody told me is, when I was at work, the person says if something is wrong, they trust the nursery, they will always call you. But if they don't call you, then it's in good hands. I stayed on that thought for like 2 to 3 days, and when nothing happened, I'm like, okay, I relaxed, and I'm like, okay, it's in good hands. I was surprised. I had to I checked 4 different 5 nurseries. Then I looked at the price, and I looked at the one that had discount, the one that didn't have discount, the one that would favor me, the timings. Most of them, maybe £10 difference would be the nursery fee, but then you're looking at price, and you're looking at which one would work. You not look at price and go and take your child to a place where they would not have the best, or they would not be happy. You look at price. But I was looking at price, I was looking at timings that would work and fit into my work schedule. I have to be in work by 8 o'clock or half 8, and I needed a nursery that started, either they open by 8 o'clock or they open by half 7, and most of them they did 8 to 1, which I'll still be in work by 1 o'clock. Closing time, you want to look at timings as well as prices. You want to compare the price with the timings. Does it match? What are you paying for? The hours that the child will be staying in nursery, does it match the price they are asking for? If you have to what they call school club, if you have to put the child early, maybe 7:30 earlier, how much are the differences in price? If you have to pick up the child late, what are the prices? But instead of me doing all those loads of maths, I just went to a nursery that gave me time to drop off early before work and pick up later after work, so I'm not rushing. So I went with a nursery that I close by 5, that closes by 6, so it gives me more time to pick up. And I also went with the nursery that I start by 8 or half 8, and they start by half 7. So those are the things you want to look at and see. Timings and price are a big deal that you want to look into when you are choosing the nursery. Another thing you want to look into is proximity and location. It's very important that you don't want a nursery that is far from the house, especially if you are not driving. Because if your nursery is very far away from where you live, you have to start thinking of taxis or getting a car. If I have to have somebody to look after my child if I'm away, then I have to pay for taxi. So these are things you want to look into. How far is the nursery to your house? Is it a walking distance? Is it something that if your car broke down today, are you able to walk with the stroller, drop the child and come back home? Or it's going to is it very far from the house for you? And if something happens to the child, can you easily run down? Another thing is Ofsted standard and rating. Go online and check the Ofsted standard. If you've had a nursery that they've had issues with the government in the past, it might be a red flag. Some of them, they resolve the issue. Maybe they've had a quality control report, they've been reported for negligence or something. These are things you want to look into. Check Ofsted rating, the standard of the nursery. Most of these nurseries are government nurseries, and be sure that they are of good standard. That thing, which will be the last one, is the quality they are providing. What kind of quality are they providing? What kind of engagement are they giving the kids? What are the kids benefiting? Are they just going there to play? Are they learning something new? Is your child learning new words? I know half of the time they are going there to play, but then what are the quality they are giving compared to other nurseries? Don't just settle for one nursery because it's close to the house. Look at other nurseries and choose the best one that best suits your needs and requirements. And one other thing I would say, which will be the last one, is always engage on the government.uk website. Everything you need as a new mom, it's always there. And that we also have YouTube, people like us talking about our experiences and all that. But then always go on the gov.uk website and see what can you use. So when you're going back to work, you can always use your government tax credits, childcare tax credit account. You open one, so this can support you into the payment of nursery fees and all that, especially if your child is going to be doing Monday to Friday. And from September, luckily now, every child that goes to nursery from September, they're entitled to 30 hours, which is also good. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope these tips helps you to feel more confident and at peace when choosing a nursery. I know it's a hard situation, it's a hard choice to make. You're like, is it really necessary? Maybe I should just take 1 year. Or you are currently in this phase, or you have already navigated it. Share your experience in the comments. Let's know what were your non-negotiable, what were the things you put in consideration when you decided, I'm going back to work, my child needs to go to nursery. Did you use nursery, or did you have to pay a nanny or childminder? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more honest motherhood and lifestyle content. The kids, before you know it now, they're all grown, and you'll be like, this baby of yesterday that I was worried about is all good now and nothing to worry about. So yeah, keep shining, keep growing stronger, and it's surely going to get better. Bye for now, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.